Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to georeference an image in GIS. And so I'm going to take an image. This is a report that I have enjoyed working with over the years. And so I'm going to snip an image out of here. I'll save the image. So this is okay. So now I've got this JPEG image, and obviously you can get images from anywhere. This is a previous georeferencing that I've done. So I'm going to turn some of this stuff off. Okay, so I've already linked this to the catalog. And so what we'll do is we'll go over here, and I've got a bunch of files over here. So I'm going to refresh this. Okay, and then my transmissivity shows up. And I can take this and I can drag it back in. And I'm going to accept this warning. And so I've already activated georeferencing. If georeferencing is not activated, you can go under Toolbars, under Georeferencing, and that'll activate it. And then it gives you the images that are in the file that have not been georeferenced. And so the one we have here is this Will County. I might want to even rename this to give it a slightly shorter name. And then it renames it up here. And I can come up here and I can fit to display. So that'll show the two. You'll see here that I've got the counties of Illinois, and this was just downloaded as a shapefile. So this was a quick download from the Illinois Geospatial Clearinghouse, and it's very useful when you're doing this sort of georeferencing to have something that you feel is a reliable source of spatial information. And so I treat the county boundaries as being reliable. And so I'll be able to quickly snap to those. If you don't have that, then sometimes you're imaging to an existing, or you're georeferencing to a base map, and there's a lot of interpolation and so forth. So it's really nice to have those shape files to georeference to. So what we're looking at here is that this is the boundary of Will County, and then you can see these blue lines here represent the boundary of Will County. So we're going to reference those two together. So what I'll do is I'm going to zoom in on a corner of Will County, and then I'm going to click this Add a Control Point. At this point I'm pretty well zoomed in. Then I can turn this one off, and then I'll go back to my counties, and I'll zoom to that layer. It just gives you a little bit of spatial orientation, and then maybe I'll zoom in a little closer. The nice thing is if you have the snapping turned on, then when I go back to add control points, it'll just snap over to that corner. And if you want to make sure the snapping on is once again customized toolbars, you've got snapping should be turned on. Snapping is turned on. Okay. And you can see that it snapped over to that point. And it just makes things a lot easier to be able to snap to those points. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my image file back on. And I'm going to zoom to the layer. And then I'm going to pick another point. And it's going to pick these points very far away from one another so that you get a nice georeference. So I'm going to go in way over to the corner over here. And I'm going to click another control point, add that. And I can turn this one off. Zoom to my layer. zoom back into this corner. Turn my control point back on again. Snap to that corner. I can turn on my transmissivity, and it actually pops in pretty nicely here on the first two. But what the georeferencing likes is at least 3 points, so I'm going to georeference then to one last point. Click on my control point, selecting that image. I'll turn my image off, turn my boundaries back on, and we actually pretty much hit it right on the head there. And at this point, then I can go to georeferencing, and I can say update georeferencing, and our image has been georeferenced. So I will turn this back on. I will zoom to the layer. You can see that I've fit my data in Will County